In October of 2017, we posted our very first 15 out of 10 dog. This dog broke our previous scale and would set the tone for the highest rating we've ever given, and really ever will at this point. This is Smiley, the blind therapy dog. He passed in October of 2017, and our post acknowledging his passing was again the first time we ever awarded a dog a 15 out of 10. When did you first realize that Smiley could be a therapy dog?
Part of the therapy work we did was a reading program for kids that struggled to read, especially out loud. And everybody remembers how scary and nervous they were when the teacher would be like, okay, you start reading. And kids really a lot of kids struggled with that. And they could read very fine. But it was that, everybody following along in the book going, she made a mistake or whatever, that's what they were afraid of being judged. And so this reading program, they would the kids would curl up with Smiley, and they would read to him. But it was even better because, we'd say that Smiley can't see, so he's not following along and judging he doesn't know if you make a mistake. But they would be so calm reading, like it really did improve their reading once they got back to school. He was just so gentle and sweet, and especially because he didn't have eyes, he didn't move towards people, in even his happy way. Mm-hmm. He just sort of stayed, and just allowed people to enjoy him. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he really had that great demeanor. And so I started looking for this therapy dog, group and community, and we went through the testing, and they had never had, a dog like Smiley going through it. And I remember the examiner, she ended up in tears during the testing once it was all complete because he just did so well. He was just, wow. It was at a place where they wanted a therapy dog, but no therapy dog had been able to do it because it was a home for adults with severe mental and physical disabilities. And so severe that physically, even a therapy dog couldn't get used to it. It was, just so different. And because he couldn't see, he didn't see those differences. And I just was just like, this is incredible. He saw with his heart, and he didn't judge by what, just like what we're always trying to teach everybody. You know what I mean? It's not about what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside. And he just had this great lesson for everybody, that we were realizing. And that's what people when I started realizing that when people would say, well, how does he see? I'd say he sees with his heart.